Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So guys, today's video we're going to be frying these plantain chips. Yeah, it's really very easy, but I'm going to share with you guys 3 steps which we can fry. So I'm using this grater to slice the plantain, and it has different heads, different shape, and for different vegetables. So I'm using this particular site for the plantain, yeah, and I have salt, I have water. I'll just tell you guys the different steps to which you can apply the salt, because that's the main thing to add to the plantain. Otherwise you just fry a plantain. If you don't want to salt it, you just grate it and then fry it like that. So you cut the plantain and peel it. You know how to peel plantain now, so just peel it, and I use the knife to just remove these dark spots and all that. Yeah, and that's it. That's how you clean the plantain. So after peeling, now I'll show you guys the very first step. You take in your salt and you apply it on the back of the plantain. Please, if it's your first time here, click on the red subscription button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so much. So you massage the salt on the plantain, and once that is done, we are going to slice the plantain. It's really very easy with the grater, but if you don't have the grater, feel free to use your knife. It's also helpful. So I started slicing, and then I'm like, something is not right, I looked at this grater and I'm just like, I had used it before, but I forgot. I removed that part to wash it and forgot to add it. So I went and checked, because it was not going smoothly. I'm just like, this something is wrong. So I had to go and take it and then feed it in. So you see, it's way easier. Okay, so start cutting and cutting, but then I just wanted to show you guys how I cut this. So I actually stopped here, and now we're going to be slicing directly into the pan. At this point the oil was already heated on the fire, and I dropped in the ones I had already sliced. Just drop it in and continue slicing. So that's the very first step. Frying is very easy. You don't want the oil to be too hot. You don't want it to be not to be hot, otherwise it's going to soak the oil. So I'll just say a little bit over medium if that makes sense. Yeah, but you don't want it to be too hot. Yeah, so I continue slicing directly into the pot. I think this is the best you can do, to slice the plantain directly into the pot. The slices are so thin, it's just perfect. The sizes are perfect. So that's it for step number 1, and the frying is very easy, like I said. Be careful not to cut your hands when you're getting towards the end of the end. And that's it. So I use the spoon to just separate it. You don't want them to be together, although once it's frying it separates by itself. But then this is what it's going to look like. Make sure it's well separated and frying individually if that makes sense. And that was it. So now it's time to remove. See this, the color is so bright, it's so crunchy. I can't emphasize on this. It's so crunchy, and that's what fried plantain chips is all about. The crunchiness, that's what we want. See now, just look at it. Now you want to put the paper towel under so it takes the excess oil from it. So this is the second step. The second step is I grate the plantain first. You grate the plantain, and this is the most traditional way we are, or I used to do it, or we do it back home. There's no, yeah. So this is the most common way people will normally do when you're frying even ripe plantain. This is what you do. So you just cut the chips, grate it, and then apply the salt directly on it, and then drop it on the fire like normal. You fry like the same process, and see, you just apply it and you fry. Now with this one, you make sure you drop it individually, but even if you just carry it and put it inside, like I said, it's going to separate. Yeah, it's still going to separate. Sometimes it sticks together, but you can still use your frying spoon to just separate it. And you fry normally like the first batch. And you take it out. Still put it on a paper towel so it takes the excess oil. And yeah, as simple as that, you have your chips. That's the first batch. I transferred into the bowl, and this is the second batch. So let's continue. Now the third step I'm going to share is, it's the most dangerous one. So you see me reducing the fire. I reduced it to 2. Yes. And then you take your salt, put it in water, mix it, and then put it into the pot. And then I added water to it. Make sure you mix it. The salt should be well dissolved, and then you add it into the pot. So I actually tasted to see if it's so hot. Then I pour in the rest of the salt. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to bubble, or yeah, and then cool down. Now it's still on 2. Now I had to increase the fire before I add the chips, before I start cutting. So I cut the chips directly into it because the salt is already in the oil. Now this process is also good, but be very careful because you don't want to, is oil and water, you know what can happen. So this is the result, and look at it, amazing, crunchy, very delicious, guys. So I had to pack it in this IKEA bag, and it has a zip up, it has a zip, or yeah, so I pack it there, and you can actually save it for a long time. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.